Today I'd like to discuss for a little bit, if I could, uh, my grain mill. This is a Corona grain mill made in Colombia in South America, and I paid $60 for this mill. Now, on closer inspection of this mill, you'll see that it's very, very simple and very durable. It weighs about 5 pounds. It's constructed of heavy metal. I believe it's cast iron, but I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, it's plated with a nickel compound so that it's quite rust resistant, and it's sanitary so that you can continue to use it over time. And I would recommend that if you get one like this, keep it dry and up off the ground, and wash it. Wash it in very hot water and soap every time you use it, and either stick it somewhere in the sun in the summertime so that it can completely dry, or put it on the wood stove. Just make sure that when you put it up and store it for any length of time, that you make sure that it's bone dry, because it will start to rust on you. Anyway, I'd like to show a little bit, if I could, the simplicity of the thing. It's got I believe it's all metric, being that it's made in another country. Most countries in the world today have gone to the metric system. But anyway, the handle is held on by a wing nut, a wing bolt actually, and the handle just pops right off. The shaft, which runs the auger and the grinding surface, has a triangular boss on it so that the handle goes on there very simply. And this is what's known as the hopper. It comes right off. This is one of the very few things on this grinder that is made of steel, lightweight, and it also is plated with a nickel type material to keep it from rusting. Next, you have the front part, which comes off with wing nuts. Again, very simple, very rudimentary, and very essential, by the way, to homestead life. If you do any baking at all, you'll know how expensive flour can get to feed your family. What I do is I buy grains and beans wholesale, organically produced, and grind my own flour for use in my home. Now, I just took out of the grinder the front plate, and you'll notice that it has grooves in it, and the grooves on this part are pushed up against and grind the material that you're grinding with. In conjunction to that, the other plate has the same grinder grooves on it. It's very, very, very similar to the old-fashioned mill wheels, the mill stones. But of course, it's a smaller version, and that's basically it. Now, I have this permanently affixed, or semi-permanently affixed, to the workbench here so that it will not move. And that's basically it on this grinder. I recommend that everybody who has any attachment at all with the ground, with the soil, in a rural environment, even in the big city, if they want to live a healthier life and get a little bit more in touch with their food supply, definitely get one of these things. I've seen similar units in Northern Catalog, and if you Google northerntool.com, they have an extensive online catalog, and every now and then you'll find a similar mill, a similar grinder, for about $10, and of course you'll have to pay for shipping. But they're readily available online, and you can pick them up for probably a lot cheaper than I did. I paid $60 for this, but it was about 10 years ago, and the price has come down because the market got flooded with all the Chinese imports that we have coming into America. And this one I had to hunt around for a couple of years actually to try to find one that wasn't made in China. And although this is made in South America, it is a knockoff of the original grain grinder. It's almost a carbon copy of the one that was made in the U.S. here ever since the 18th century. But anyway, that's my grinder, and I hope you have a good day.